In June 2025, the Philippines was a ticking time bomb. At the stroke of noon on June 5th, a hush fell over the Senate. All eyes were on Senate President Juan Miguel Zubiri. The fate of Vice President Sara Duterte hung in the balance. Would she be tried for impeachment, or would the case be sent back to the House of Representatives? On June 10th, the Senate convened as an impeachment court to try Duterte. But instead of proceeding with the trial, 18 senators voted to remand the case back to the House. Critics say this move undermines the Constitution. They also accuse some senators of showing bias even before the trial began. This is because, before the Senate, a draft resolution was circulating to dismiss the case. The draft resolution was supposedly authored by no less than Senate Majority Leader Joel Villanueva. But why now? Why send the case back to the House when they could try her themselves? And why try to dismiss the case when the prosecution had yet to present their evidence? What is this? A court of law or a comedy of errors? It's all very confusing until you realize this, folks. Impeachment is not really a trial. It's a political game where the rules are made up and the stakes are deadly serious. The so-called trial is just a theater of accountability. Who's playing whom? We may never know. But what we do know is this: the case against Sara Duterte is far from over. In fact, it's just getting started. On February 5th, the House of Representatives voted 278 to 2 impeach Duterte. She was accused of grave abuse of authority and betrayal of public trust. The complaint stemmed from Duterte's alleged misuse of 612.5 million pesos in confidential funds. Confidential funds, by the way, are not supposed to be used for publicity or propaganda. But what did Duterte do? She allegedly used the money to launch a smear campaign against her own father, President Rodrigo Duterte. That's right, 612.5 million pesos to badmouth her own father. Talk about dysfunctional. She was also accused of plotting to oust President Marcos Jr., her former running mate. In other words, she took the very funds meant to boost his presidency and diverted them to her own dubious projects. If true, that's a serious offense. But hold on a minute. Isn't this the same Sara Duterte who led the charge against Vice President Leni Robredo? Remember the so-called Choppergate issue? Duterte accused Robredo of using a government helicopter for an unauthorized trip to an island province. Duterte demanded an investigation and the dismissal of Robredo from public service. But now, the tables have turned. It's Duterte who's in the hot seat. How does it feel, Lena? Sorry, I couldn't resist. But all jokes aside, this impeachment trial is no laughing matter. It's a crucial test for the Philippines and its democratic institutions. Will the elite class protect their own? Or will they finally face justice? Duterte, who has yet to formally respond to the charges against her, said her legal team is reviewing the summons. The Senate meanwhile, says the trial will proceed with or without her defense. And therein lies the crisis at the top. Impeachment 2025, accountability or political theater. What do you think about the impeachment trial of Vice President Sara Duterte? Is it a fight for justice or just political drama? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below.